Todd, one of the ministries that you've been working with, and I find it fascinating. I don't know really where you get enough time to do it, but Visionary Communicator.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
This ended up being a ministry to individual leaders and pastors and Christian business owners, first of all. So let me couch it that way. People would say, well, what do you do with these individuals? Are you like a coach for them? I said, no. To me, a coach is someone who has a specific plan, and you come in with absolutely no idea what the plays are, and you buy into the playbook of this coach, and then you go and win the game. And while that works in some areas, that's not my calling. Okay, so are you a mentor? Well, what's a mentor? A mentor is an expert. Someone who has achieved a certain status or accomplishment in a specific area, and you're going to come alongside them and learn everything they know so you can go and be an expert or a mentor someday yourself. That's not totally my calling. And they said, well, what is? And I said, well, the calling on my life to work individually with leaders comes from one initial belief, and that is God is already speaking to you. He doesn't need me, first. And secondly, I have a tremendous belief in what God is showing you already. I am just here to help you see it and help you hear it. And what's been interesting is when I get to come alongside a leader, everything that they seem confused about at the beginning becomes crystal clear in their life and in their home and in their ministry. Well, we've called this a visionary communicator, and my specific role is what I would call an excavator. An excavator is someone who knows what needs to happen here, and all I'm doing is getting rid of the refuse that's standing in the way. My job is, first of all, to believe incredibly that God's already talking to you. He's already trying to speak to you. He's already trying to show you the man He's calling you to be. And my role is to excavate His wisdom and His vision from out of your soul. This is in the formation of a weekly connection by phone or by video call. And then once every 6 months, we meet together face to face. Either I fly to their community or they come to Branson area with their spouse, and many times they'll have a mini vacation and then work with me during the daytime. We begin in a study of the life of Jesus, who was the perfect communicator. He was the perfect leader. He was the perfection of moving and developing and transforming people. You agree?
Sure.
Yeah. So as I went into the study in God's Word about the life of Jesus, how He moved people and how He led people, I was astounded at what I learned about the life of Jesus that I had never read in a book. I've never been to a conference on it. I have never heard a podcast on what I've learned. I'm learning about the life of Jesus and how He moved people, and it was astounding. This study is all about what's the mindset that I have adopted for the best way to communicate to another person, and how does that compare to the life of Jesus?
How do you sort out between the ones who just simply want to talk with no purpose from those who say, here's the issue that I'm having, here's what I want to talk to you about, an area of expertise that you can feel like you can contribute?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, first of all, I clarify what my role is. My role is not, I'm going to tell you what to do, now go do that. And two, my role is not a senior pastor expert. That's not why I'm called to be a part of this. So anything that would have to do specifically with your role and your duties as a senior pastor, that's not my expertise. And so I will abdicate from that conversation, because my calling is to excavate God's vision for you as a man and for you as a leader and for the very people you're asking to follow you. In essence, that's simply my role. For them, I ask them to make 2 phone calls to guys I'm working with right now before they even get to have a second conversation with me. I want to know, number 1, that they are willing to work for it, and 2, that they clearly know what they're getting into. It is not a 5 steps to church growth experience. It is not me telling you how to be like me. This is excavating whatever God is showing you and bringing it right out in front of us here to see. This is the most fulfilling thing I've ever done, I've ever been a part of. Any conference, any concert, any preaching, any teaching, this right here is the most fulfilling thing I've ever been a part of. To see God come alive in the life of a good person, a good man, a good woman, is just a remarkable experience to be a part of. I get to sit on the sidelines, and God gives me a question, and I ask them not even knowing why we're asking this question, and then what comes out of them is just amazing. And I just sit in awe watching this unfold right in front of my eyes. So that's the number 1 reason why I'm even interested in being involved. Many leaders that I come in contact with are just wanting to learn more. Tell me more that I can add to who I am. So I can take that information and I can add it to what I'm doing already. And I find more leaders motivated by that future than I find leaders who are saying, so you're telling me to stop some of this right now and to actually back up, to readjust and go a different direction? I find very few leaders who are willing to take that path.